Life is full of ups and downs, and even sideways thrown in. We cannot control everything, and nor should we, okay? We should not control everything. But when things go wrong, or they don't go as planned, or something happens to throw us off balance and to doubt ourselves, it can be tough to deal with. But by no means should you just throw in the towel, okay? Because if that was the case, no one would ever do anything to get ahead. So it stands to reason. We all want things to go well. We all want to be winners in this thing we call life. And that is fantastic. However, when the challenges happen and when things happen that we cannot control, we tend to shut down, to give up, to say, oh, it's too hard, or I can't do it. But we shouldn't, because what we do with the challenges that come our way is everything. So it's not what happens to us, it's how we deal with what happens to us. That is the key to success. Hello, my name is Elisa Mardegan, otherwise known as the Mom Boss Coach. And today I am just going to share 3 simple strategies to ensure success in whatever it is that you are going to do in life, whether it's professional, relationships, anything. So the first that you want to do, well, first, let me tell a little bit about myself. I have been in the online business space for about 14 years now in various endeavors. I was an Etsy, well, first I was a freelance graphic designer. Then I owned a shop on Etsy. And if you haven't heard of Etsy, you've got to go check it out. But be warned, it's addicting, okay? It's a handmade online shop where people from all over the world have their things for sale. So I had an Etsy shop for a number of years and it was successful. However, it wasn't, it was sucking my time. So that's not what I had envisioned myself doing. So I fell into the network marketing business and I love it. But like most everyone who has found a network marketing company, I had no idea how to do it. So over the years, I have learned attraction marketing. So I am here to share my learnings and strategies with you and hope that you can bypass some of the mistakes that I had made, even though we all learn from our mistakes, but I'm here to help you not, not make those same mistakes that don't need to be made, really. Okay, so the first thing is focus on your strengths. All too often, we lament about the things we can't do. We put ourselves down about the things we're not good at. But we never seem to give ourselves credit for the things that we do well. Those, for some bizarre reason, take a back seat to our weaknesses. Now, obviously, it's a mindset thing, okay? Everything is a mindset thing, okay? So when you focus on your strengths, and a strength is something that you consistently do well, that you are almost near perfect or perfect at it, although I'm not sure how many perfect, but near perfect, okay? And it's something that just comes naturally to you. You're just able to do it, okay? And you like to do it, okay? So it could be tackling and solving complex math problems. Okay, that's not me. I don't know how many people can do that. Empathizing with people. Like maybe you're just a great listener and your friends always come to you with problems they need help with, and a good shoulder to cry on, or somebody with unbiased, great advice. Okay, maybe you're that person. Maybe you have a great imagination and you're great at thinking up games for kids to play or to keep them occupied, whatever it is, maybe you're a great cook. Like, who knows? There is something. Everybody has strengths, okay? And sometimes when we say that we don't, it's just because we've focused so much on our weaknesses that we forget we even have strengths. Okay. So that's what you need to do. Sit down and write down things that you are good at. And I'm not talking just business wise, I'm talking in life, period. Okay. Do you cook well? Are you a good listener? Are you great at math? Are you great at getting little kids engaged and things? Anything. Okay. You have some strengths. You just need to remember them. Okay. So focusing on what you do well rather than what you don't makes more sense for many reasons. One of them being when you focus on what you do well, that's going to make you feel better. Okay. And it's going to give you the motivation to continue on with whatever it is you are working on. Okay. Because you are focusing on what you do well. Now, just to go a little bit further with that, if you can, now I know a lot of us home business owners, we wear all the hats. Okay. Unfortunately, that is just, it comes with the territory, especially when you first start building your business. Now, obviously, there you cannot do everything, and you're not going to be good at everything. So, if you know a friend or your husband or your brother or your sister that is good with something about your business that you're not, it would be a good idea for you to ask them for help in that spot. So, say for instance, you're not good at graphics, okay? You don't want to spend hours upon hours creating one social media graphic when you could be talking to your leads instead. Okay, so maybe your sister is good at graphics, or maybe she knows her way around Canva and can whip out a couple graphics for you a day in like 30 minutes if you tell her what you're looking for. Then ask her if she wouldn't mind helping you with that, because then that frees you up to do the things you are good at, like talking to your customers and your prospects and building rapport, things that are going to move your business forward. Now, until we do get our business going, a lot of us cannot outsource and pay for things like that. So that is somewhat of a dilemma. However, in my case, I was doing Facebook ads, and I had actually started a decent ad and it was doing well. Not that I could explain to you how to do it. I couldn't teach you how to do it. Um, but then the Apple changed something in their operating system where now you can opt out of ads or whatever. I don't even know the whole story. But that changed Facebook ads and the way they are delivered and handled. So that messed up my ad. I don't have the foggiest idea. Not the foggiest. Even though I created the ad in the first place and I played around with it and I did all the things until it started working properly, I can't do it again because it's beyond me. So this is a main thing I need for my business. So I decided to outsource it. So that is something I have to outsource. Okay, unfortunately, I don't know anyone close to me that knows about it that can just help me out every now and again. But I made that decision. So when it is super important and it's kind of like the main component of your business, you may just, it will be worth it to source it out, because then that frees you up to do the money, the IPOs, your income producing activities, IPAs, I mean, your income producing activities. Okay. Okay. So for instance, like when you look at what you're not good at, you're obviously feel bad about yourself and your ability. But when you focus on what you're good at, you're guaranteed to get results. And when you come to the decision that, okay, I am outsourcing the important stuff that I can't do, I am outsourcing it, and even do it for a month and see what happens. You'll be surprised. Okay. But instead of me dwelling on the fact that I could not fix my Facebook ad, I tried, believe me, I tried. And my head was going to explode. Okay. So I didn't call it my weakness. I'm just not proficient enough in Facebook ads and how it all works to do it. So I didn't dwell on that fact. I just contacted somebody that I know who is proficient, and I outsourced it to them. Okay. And now I'm getting somewhere with it. Okay. Number two, this is probably a big one for most of us, setting things up ahead of time. So you want to decide what the outcome is that you want to do. So a lot of my clients come to me and they say, I don't do Facebook Lives because I'm not comfortable. I don't know what to talk about. I think I look silly, blah, blah, any number of reasons. Okay. And I get that because I was there too. But I'm here to tell you that the more you do it, the more comfortable you will be, and it will come naturally. However, if you don't figure out what you want to talk about, what day you want to do it, what time you want to do it, what you want to achieve out of that live ahead of time, you are just kind of going to fly by the seat of your pants. And that's okay sometimes. If it's just like a short impromptu live that you want to do, like say you were out on a walk and something happened on your walk and you wanted to share it, that's impromptu, and those are fantastic. But if you want a specific outcome from a live that you are doing, you need to be prepared ahead of time. So write down your topic, write down some points that you want to talk about. Write down your CTA, your call to action that you want your viewers to take. Okay, every live should have a call to action, and it's not always to buy something. It could be to hop in your VIP group. It could be to get on your, excuse me, on your email list, whatever it is. Map it out a little bit so that you are confident in what you're going to talk about. Like, I have it here written down. I'm not going to remember everything I want to say off the top of my head. So you can just write a few points down and to make sure that the important stuff you want to say is said. Okay, so just be crystal clear on what you want to achieve. The last one, number 3, there's no such thing as losing anyway. And this is what we need to remember, okay? Because if you fail, you're not really failing. You are learning from that attempt that you took on what it was you were doing. Okay, so you just learned that what you just did isn't working for whatever reason. Okay, now that's the key though, is to learn from that and not do it again and go to the next thing you think might work. Okay, so what is life about? Most of us, we get a good job, hopefully. We get married if you want. You want to feel valued, you want to have fun. A lot of us want to have kids, build a family. A perfect life is different for everybody, okay? So your life, that the way you want it, might be different from the way I want it, from the way I want my life. And that's fine. Everybody, I mean, if everybody lived the same life, it'd be pretty damn boring. But we have to do the best we can to have and do and be the best for ourselves and those we care about. Sometimes it's a struggle and sometimes it isn't. But if it was always easy, it wouldn't be as rewarding. Okay, when you know that you have accomplished something that was super hard, that makes it that more special and makes you much more motivated to do the next thing that you want to get. Okay, everything you do takes you one step forward towards where you want to go. Okay, and if what you think you just did yesterday was a fail in your business, it actually wasn't, because it got you one step forward by telling you that that didn't work. So now you're not going to waste your time anymore doing that thing that didn't work. Okay, so now you've moved forward onto the next thing. So no matter what it is you're doing, you are taking steps forward to where you want to be. So Thomas Edison, you've probably heard this, when he was on his 207th, say that again, 207th prototype for the electric light bulb, he did not get all bummed out. I mean, most of us would have quit after the first or second one, right? He was on his 207th. And he said, I am not discouraged because every wrong attempt discarded is another step forward. If he hadn't have continued going, we wouldn't have the light bulb. I mean, we might by now because somebody else may have done it. But if he had not kept going after all those dozens and dozens and dozens of attempts, it would have been much longer before we got the light bulb. But his mindset was, well, this was just another way it didn't work. On to the next idea. That's how all the inventions happen. These inventions did not happen the very first time people tried them. I mean, look at the Wright brothers in their airplane. Look at the wheel. Didn't the cavemen, unless this was just I can visualize this in Looney Tunes or something with the wheel being square. Okay, but I'm sure they did try that and they realized it didn't work. So they did another one and eventually they came out with the circular wheel that worked. Okay, nothing ever works the first time you've tried it. Okay, you'll never get to 100% without going from 1 to 99 first. Okay, remember that. So in all that you do, whether it turns out how you want it or not, there's the capacity for learning. Okay, you're learning either way, whether it worked or not, you're learning. Okay, it's all part of the process and it's all an important step forward to where you are going. There's no such thing as learning. There's only learning and growing. Okay, so I need you to remember that. Learning and growing. There's no losing. Okay, so the 3 steps again are the 3 simple strategies. Focus on your strengths, not your weaknesses. Be prepared. Know what outcome you want before you go ahead and do the thing. Okay, and there's no such thing as losing anyway. It's all a step forward. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I would so appreciate it if you would like it, share it, comment, do all the things. I would so appreciate that. And I will see you next week for another episode of the Mom Boss Coach TV. Bye.